Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you might be in time and space. Kinneas here, back for another episode of
Blood in Baldur's Gate.
Day number 11. So we have two places to investigate today, my dear detectives. We have Shrine of the Suffering and Insight Park. So let's start with Shrine of the Suffering, shall we? The city's unhoused are welcomed and fed at a soup kitchen set up near a shrine to Ilmater. A small building with an open door serves as a soup kitchen to feed the poor. Outside, a simple stone shrine to Ilmater stands in a quiet square where many of the lower city's unhoused population sleep around the perimeter. As they come and go, a halfling cleric ministers to those in need. Cleric. When you approach the cleric, he smiles and offers aid. Your inquiries about the Flaming Fist Guard are met with kindness. This is a place of open worship, so there's no harm in saying Rourke Stonevalor walks among the Ilmatari. In fact, one might say he is one who leads by example, dedicated to providing succor to all in need. Whatever the cost to himself, his donations to the shrine on the income of the Flaming Fist Guard must be a gigantic burden. But life is sacred, and suffering to preserve it is truly holy. Soup kitchen. Inside, your eyes are immediately drawn to a statuesque bugbear and the string of pearls that encircles her throat. A token from my beloved, she says coolly, acknowledging your curiosity. She sets mincemeats and sweetbreads onto a communal table. When you inquire about the Flaming Fist Guard Rourke Stonevalor, her crimson eyes narrow slightly. There are many who worship here. It's impossible for me to say if I would know one soldier from another. I hardly have the time to notice. As you can see, I'm quite busy. My husband overpurchased supplies, and it seems his client, a butcher on Market Street, turned them away. Not wanting them to go to waste, I brought them here to feed those in need. You mentioned rumors regarding the source of meat. She lets out a disdainful huff in return. How dare you sully my beloved Selwyn's good name, she exclaims loudly before storming off tearfully. Gossip. You have a hunch that the cleric won't speak ill of a member of his congregation, and instead make inquiries about the Flaming Fist Guard among the unhoused in the plaza. Some shrug off your line of questioning, muttering about how little use they have for the mercenary organization. A few speak up about this guard in particular. One toothless woman sputters at the sound of his name. A young cousin of mine was jailed and had a run-in with him at the Sea Tower of Baldur. Broke both his legs. An accident, they said. Has a temper, that one. Like a displacer beast. Can never tell where it's truly at until it's too late. Aye, Rourke Stonevalor's good friend with Selwyn Leventide's missus, one says kindly. Suppose you could speak to her and learn more about his good nature at their St. Sauler's Way address. Another says, he has some black market dealings at the Blushing Mermaid with items he seizes from folks who may or may not be up to no good. Okay. So that concludes the Shrine of the Sufferer. Alright, detectives, now we're going to make our way over to Insight Park, an idyllic park known for a prophetic tree. With lush lawns and dense thickets, the natural beauty of the public park is meant for lower city residents to enjoy. It spreads out beneath the rocky promontory known as Dumper's Rock, where a tiny hut can be seen. Tiny hut. Outside the simple abode, a dwarf tends to a boxed vegetable garden. If you've come about the drawing tree, I'm afraid you've wasted your breath climbing up here. When you explain your investigation, the dwarf nods solemnly and introduces himself as Torimesh, the druid who created the park. Before I settled down here, I spent my life adventuring. This is supposed to be a place of refuge, an escape from the trials and worries of everyday life. The Flaming Fists hauled the body off to Harborside Hospital morgue without so much as a glance to what might have happened here. If you can find whoever committed this heinous act in this place of peace, you'd be the real hero. He hands you a magic charm in the hopes it might help your investigation. With it, you may cast the spell Speak with Animals one time. The Drawing Tree. A red bark tree of unknown origin is the main attraction of Insight Park. Locals know that only the druid who created the park can entreat the tree for prophetic revelations, and anyone else attempting to do so meets his ire. Torimesh sees you eyeing the tree and says, I have a policy of not making money for drawing a prophecy, nor doing it without exacting a price. If you can deliver a rare plant to Sorcerer's Sundries, I'll draw one for you that will hopefully shed light on your investigations. While you investigate the area, he retrieves a small dome made of opaque black glass and warns you not to open it. Murder scene. They said it was a cut and dry stabbing, the druid says, but they had to cut the victim from the hedge. Magic was used in the murder, believe you me. The hacked apart hedge reveals partial evidence of the body that lay here. You take your time combing through the thicket and your patience is rewarded when you discover a six-sided Baldur's bone die with markings from Low Lantern and 2 bloodied stained lender's notes, an official receipt from Counting House, and another barely legible note signed Grom, which you know is the name of the gravedigger at Cliffside Cemetery. Alright, so those were the 2 places we needed to investigate. Now we need to determine where we're going to go next, detectives. Are we going to Sorcerer's Sundries, Eastway Expeditions, the Harbor Master's Office, the Low Lantern, the Counting House, or Old Town Avenue? So, the choice is yours. I think I'm going to choose Sorcerer's Sundries and vote on that. Okay, remember, your vote matters. We will see you tomorrow for Day 12.